Now, what is the Gati Shakti National Master Plan? As all of you would be aware, this enables infrastructure planning in a more objective manner, and it enables data-based decision making to connect better to the economic centers and also to the social infrastructure. There are big infrastructure works going on in the country, and there is a huge capex push by the Government of India, and that is visible when we see the progress of projects under the railways, under the national highways, at the ports, the airports which have come up. So there is a lot of capex push for infrastructure, and there is more infrastructure which is in the pipeline. As we are aware, we have a $1.4 trillion infrastructure pipeline. When these projects are being planned, they should be planned in a manner that they meet the demand of the economic centers, the manufacturing zones, the agriculture production areas, and also the social infrastructure. The outcome expected, the outcome aimed for is improved ease of doing business as our logistics efficiency goes up, and improved ease of living as our social sector assets such as the schools in the villages, the Anganwadi centers, the hospitals are better connected by roads and other means of transport to the public. So in short, this is the objective of the program. And when we look at the past 1.5 years, we see that there is a lot of progress in the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. All the 36 states and union territories are onboarded. From Government of India, 39 ministries are onboarded. These are all ministries and states which have put their data layers on the Gati Shakti portal. This is all GIS enabled data, and looking at the Gati Shakti portal, the railways, the MORTH, that is the Ministry of Road Transport, Ministry of Ports, Civil Aviation, everyone is able to plan their infrastructure projects on the GIS platform in a much more efficient, shorter manner. The DPR preparation time has come down, and that is leading to enhanced speed of feasibility studies being completed by the railways, the expressway DPRs being completed faster with data-based decision making which is available on the Gati Shakti. How does this help the state of Nagaland? Every state has put in place about 30 data layers, GIS data layers on the Gati Shakti portal. We call these state master plans. All the 36 state master plans, they converge on the national master plan. Nagaland has put in place data layers pertaining to the the environmentally sensitive zones, the forests, the mining areas, the roads, the railway links which are there, and the rivers, the waterways, the flood-prone areas, the seismicity areas, the social infrastructure related to schools, hospitals, etc. So all this has been plotted. The assets have been put in place on the Gati Shakti portal by the state of Nagaland. And now when they look at their, let us say, to give an example, horticulture areas, let us say areas which grow kiwi, or which grow ginger, or which grow the chili, the Naga chili. So when they look at these clusters, they can see whether these agriculture clusters also have road connectivity. And this road connectivity is enabling logistics efficiency for quick movement of agricultural products, organic agriculture products to the market areas like the commercial center at Dimapur, and from there it has to go on for distribution in the domestic market or export. Now, yesterday's interaction, there were three very specific requests which were made by the stakeholders and the state government officials for improving logistics efficiency, and this pertains to number one, integrated customs depot at Dimapur for easy clearance of the organic products so that the products don't have to go all the way to Kolkata. Number two, under UDAN scheme, if there can be more facility for the cargo movement, air cargo movement. And number three, if a Kisan rail wagon can come to Dimapur. Already there are number of rail connections to Dimapur, but if also a Kisan rail connection can come, which is refrigerated or even otherwise, for easy movement of the agricultural commodities. So all these three items we have taken on board, and already discussions have started with the Government of India ministries. We will very soon be inviting the state government officials to interact with our logistics group in Delhi so that we can take forward these three very specific suggestions. Similarly, we have been speaking, and today later in the day we have a meeting which is chaired by the Chief Secretary of Nagaland, where we will discuss the Gati Shakti planning, how the village roads will connect better to the district roads, which connect better to the state roads, which connect better to the national highways, and how we can enable better multimodal connectivity by railways to Nagaland, and for the economic benefit of the people of Nagaland. Now we have to look at the regional connectivity. We have spoken about the multimodal logistics parks. For example, the one being planned at Jogi Gopa, which is a very ambitious project of the Port Ministry on the Brahmaputra River for aggregation of cargo, and inland waterways will be used for movement of the products domestic and to send it to Bangladesh. Similarly, we've spoken about the improved road connectivity which is being taken up by the Government of India. We were taking a very specific example of a road which has been seen under Gati Shakti in Tripura, which will give better connectivity to Chittagong port for these areas. So in that way, we plan to go ahead with the state government, and there are institutional mechanisms that the state government has created. There's an empowered group of officers headed by the Chief Secretary, and the Commissioner, Mr. Devi Chusa, is the nodal officer for PM Gati Shakti in the state. We intend to continue to work together. The state has been very proactive. They've been attending all the capacity building programs. We had one in Guwahati in March, and they've attended the GIS portal training in Vizag at Ahmedabad, and we look forward to continue to work together for enhanced logistics efficiency, bringing down the cost of logistics in the state as per the requirements of the state people. Thank you.
The process of identification of ODOP has been completed, and all the districts, including the newly created districts, the process started when there were only 11 districts in the state. Now with 16 districts, we have expanded ODOP identification to all the 16 districts, and these were done in consultation with every department, OT department, and the district administrations. Now, of course, Land Resources Department was also there, and so accordingly, we have not identified not only ODOP, one particular ODOP, but we have also identified secondary ODOPs for districts. So, for example, if Bukha was identified with fish products, and the secondary products were passion fruit and ginger, for example. So all the districts have something like that.
Aggregation centers have been planned. Yesterday we were listening to the Department of Horticulture, and the state is also planning aggregation centers where the products will come. There are startups, and we would like to encourage the startups further to aggregate the agricultural products for marketing, and also to help export the products. I was just interacting with a startup from one of the villages of Nagaland, where he's procuring the honey and aggregating it, giving it a proper packaging, and helping the farmers access the market. So we would like to encourage more such startups. We have a special program for startups, and DPIIT has that program. We would be very happy to bring in more startups there. Secondly, under the scheme for supporting the states under the annual action plan, last financial year, as I mentioned, there are 5 projects which the state had proposed. These are all aggregation centers, warehousing, Gati Shakti data center for the various districts. And here 28 crores has already been released for 4 of these aggregation centers, where the capital expenditure will be taken up by the state government. Apart from that, we would like to handhold the state to plan better road connectivity. If there is any requirement for extension of a national highway or a rail connection, we would be very happy to take that up in our Gati Shakti network planning group. How to promote better connectivity by inland waterways and so on.